More Plates, More Dates, one of the fastest growing channel on YouTube that is also tackling hair loss problems. The person behind all of this is Derek. He has a ton of videos about hair loss and how to deal with it. And today we're gonna talk about his current hair loss protocol that he uses for himself. So today we're talking about Derek's current hair loss protocol. This guy's been at it for years, constantly tweaking and experimenting with his routine. You know Derek, right? For More Plates, More Dates. He got this scientific yet practical take on everything, which honestly is kind of refreshing in a space filled with quick fixes and pills that solves everything in one go. So what is he actually doing? Derek's all about cutting through the bullshit and getting down to what actually works. He's tried a ton of stuff, from the basics like minoxidil and finasteride to the more out there treatments like RU58841 and so on like CB0301. And it is not just throwing things at the wall to just see what sticks. He's actually very methodical about it, diving deep into the pharmacology and the science behind each treatment before he tries it. For Derek, it seems like it's about understanding the how and why and not just the what. And what is really interesting about Derek's method is his focus on evolving pharmacology. He's always looking out for new treatments and weighing their potential against their potential side effects. For instance, Derek actually talked about pyrolutamide a few years ago, way before it gained all the popularity it has today, and it also had its fall later on. And it is actually this kind of forward thinking that sets him apart. But it is still not just about the latest and the greatest for Derek. He stresses the importance of sticking to what's proven to work. For example, he's been all about microneedling, which isn't exactly new, but the way he combines it with other treatments shows his innovative approach to hair loss treatment. And minoxidil. He's clear about the commitment it requires. It's not just a once and done deal, it's a long-term strategy. And then there's lifestyle. Derek doesn't ignore the fact that everybody including me, has to live, and everybody has their own day. And how we live our life and what we do on a daily basis has a huge impact on our hair loss treatment. It is not just about slapping some product on your head and just waiting for it to work. It's about finding some kind of balance and figuring out what is really the problem in your specific case. And also for some people, it might not work to actually carry minoxidil with you around because you have to apply it every night without mistake. Derek actually talks about his own busy schedule and how it has been affecting his consistency with treatments. Derek is a blend of science, experiments, and practicality. And guys, that is what makes his method worth diving into. Let's take a look at Derek's current hair loss routine. Derek's approach is a mix of scientific insight and practical application, adapted to his personal and unique lifestyle. First, Derek uses dutasteride, a potent DHT killer known for its effectiveness in reducing scalp DHT levels. He is pretty specific about the dosage. He's been taking 0.5 milligrams dutasteride in soft gels. And in my opinion, this isn't just a casual choice. It's a calculated move based on his understanding of the pharmacology and his personal experience with both finasteride and dutasteride. He also acknowledges the more potent effect of dutasteride compared to finasteride. And if you haven't seen it, I have a video about post-finasteride syndrome, and if you don't know what it is definitely worth for you taking a look at it before you consider doing finasteride to learn about the potential side effects it might carry. Another key component in his routine is ketoconazole shampoo. He emphasizes not just its DHT inhibition capabilities, but also its role in maintaining scalp health. Derek is pretty particular about choosing a shampoo that works effectively without compromising hair quality. Also, once again, if you haven't seen it, I have a video that explains the benefit of ketoconazole and how it works on reducing hair loss on your scalp. I have no records available on how often he says he uses Nicerol, especially since he talks about alternating between Nicerol and another shampoo. Based on most studies for this, I would suggest that he's using between 2 to 4 times a week, since that is what studies suggest is the best option, which actually correlates pretty well with his alternating use, besides all the prescription-based options. Derek is also experimenting with RU58841. Although in the later years his usage seems to vary a lot. Sometimes it'll be once a day and several days in a row, and sometimes he'll take several days off it. He is pretty candid about his struggle to maintain consistency due to the busy schedule he has with all the videos he is uploading, and simply carrying RU58841 in your hair when you're doing hair loss videos is not really a viable way to do things. This also highlights some of the challenges that many faces while they're trying to use stuff like Minoxidil and RU58841. And personally, this is also why I only apply it at night before bedtime, because then it's not going to interfere with any kind of schedules that I have or appointments or whatever I'm going to do. I can just apply it, go to bed, and when I get up, I'm going to wash it out. Regarding his dosage, based on most of his video, I would assume that this means that he is applying 50 milligrams each time, which is considered one application. And personally, I did try the RU58841 twice daily, and it did improve my hair loss a lot, but it also carried a lot more side effect compared to my once a day with 80 milligrams before bedtime that I'm doing. So before you jump into the 2 times daily that Derek tried at some point, might be a bit too much, but I would stick to the basic bread and butter, as he calls it, with the 50 milligrams daily. Personally, I like 80 just to be covered, but that's just my personal preference. Microneedling is another aspect he touches upon. He has reduced the frequency of this treatment, but still considers it worthwhile, especially when you use it alongside with minoxidil. Derek's approach to microneedling shows his commitment to enhancing the effectiveness of other treatments. Derek says that he is trying to get it done, but using the 1.5mm is fairly problematic for him, since he once again produces videos for YouTube. And I totally agree with that one, especially if he is using 1.5mm, since most literature suggests that 0.5 should be enough for this. But I will just let that be completely up to him and you guys to decide whatever you want to do with it. And speaking of minoxidil, Derek discusses its impotence and effectiveness as a growth stimulant. He's pretty honest about the commitment it requires, including the potential side effects and the need for consistent application. Derek is currently not using minoxidil, citing his demanding schedule and the challenges of maintaining consistency with topical application. In summary, Derek's routine is a blend of various treatments, each chosen for its effectiveness and the adaptability to his lifestyle. He also stresses the importance of understanding the pharmacology behind each treatment. His approach is scientific yet realistic, emphasizing that consistency and personalization are key to the effective hair loss treatments out there. Derek admits that it can be hard to carry the mental load of sticking to his hair care schedule every day. You see, hair loss treatment is a commitment, and your lifestyle plays a massive role in how effective it's going to be. It is not just the treatment themselves, but how you manage to fit them into your life. You know, making sure that your hair loss routine doesn't take over your life completely, because then you're not going to stick with it, and a hair loss routine you're not sticking with is not going to work for very long. So, as we talked about in the previous chapter, Derek seems to have become really busy. It's not much of a surprise considering all the companies that he is running and all the videos that he is posting. And this is also why he has pulled back a lot on the controversial hair loss experiments than he was doing back in the old days, while also stressing that the basic bread and butter, as he usually calls it, is a great foundation for most people. So here is his new and revised hair loss protocol based on a busy schedule. Derek is using 0.5 milligrams dutasteride on a daily basis, and RU58841 is 50 milligrams, Sometimes 2 times daily, sometimes 1 time daily, and sometimes he just doesn't get it done. By the way, I always skip the weekends since I don't want to carry it around when I'm doing stuff and staying out, and it works well for me. So don't worry a lot about it if you miss out 1 day or 2 days of RU58841. Then we have ketoconazole. He's using the 1% shampoo on a every other day basis, I would call it. He proposes to leave it on for 10 minutes every time, but in my opinion, the full effect should be there after only 10 minutes, especially regarding to studies. But once again, it is his schedule that we're looking at and not mine. Microneedling at 1.5 millimeter, which seems to be rare that it gets it done, and not with any specific schedule. I know his old schedule was once a week, but I would suggest using maximum 1 millimeter for weekly microneedling and the potential risk of scarring the tissue. This is Derek's hair loss protocol. Derek is a living proof that you don't need 10 different approaches to hair loss, but instead you should be focusing on the following: reducing DHC, blocking androgens, reducing the inflammation, and increase proliferation with growth factors like microneedling. And if you want to know more about all of these subjects, I would advise you to go and check out my hair loss guide. It is 1 hour long, but this video will cover every basic and all the reasonings behind all of Derek's choices. I actually went through all of the things that he's doing and everything he's using against the fight of hair loss. So if you want to know more about why he made choices and why he ended up doing as he's doing, well, I would go and check out that video and just spend that 1 hour. And whether you're considering dutasteride, RU58841, ketoconazole shampoo, or microneedling, it is crucial to find out what works for you and sticking with it. Derek's methods is a testament to this philosophy, reminding us that flexibility and personalization is key for this. And guys, this is the end of the video. So if you're still here, it means that you probably enjoyed the video. So I would like to ask you to just please hit the like button. That helps me a ton. It helps me to grow the channel and it keeps me motivated myself. And I have nothing else to say. So my name is Philippe and this is just me trying to create a blueprint for my own hair loss problems, sharing them with you guys. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.